Hello, folks. Killface of Balor here. Today I wanted to look a little bit at the effects of ice and fire magic abilities, and really any skill ability in general. Weapon abilities work a little bit different, and we'll look at that a different time. So I'm an ice mage, but we're going to go ahead and look at Firebolt, which every DPS mage should be carrying. Its cooldown is fast enough, and the fact that it's instant cast and the damage is high enough that it is always one of your better skills from a DPS standpoint, as long as you have points in it. So we'll take a look at let's take a look at our Firebolt skill right now. It's at 4,571 damage at level 50. There is currently a glitch, or was last time I checked, where you could move it to level 51. Don't do that, as I believe it causes a different glitch, and it does not actually raise the damage at all. The game calculates it as if it's still level 50. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's take a look at how much it is affected by my fire magic abilities. So first, we're going to go into my We're going to go into my abilities. We're going to scroll down until we find fire magic. You'll notice my ice magic is lower, despite the fact that I'm an ice mage. That's because I haven't been an ice mage as long, and ice skills take longer to cool down and to cast, which means they don't train as quickly. Okay, so I have 2,423 ice magic, or just about 2,400. Here we have 600 fire magic. This is approximately 1/4 of my available fire magic, right? So if fire magic was the only thing contributing to my firebolt damage, you would expect my firebolt to drop by about 1/4, which would be equal to about 1,130 points or something like that. Now, it won't go down 1,130 points, but it'd be worth seeing how much it does go down. There we go. All right. And that ring obviously doesn't have any focus, doesn't have any skill points for Firebolt, so no reason to change it except for the abilities. Now, what you see here is that it dropped by 135 points, right? Because the difference between 4436 and 4571 is 135 points, right? So lose 135 damage in Firebolt from 1/4 of my abilities. All right, we'll go back and double check the abilities. We should be at 1823, and we are. All right. Now, with that in mind, let's take a look at something different here, which is these are a pair of level 140 gloves from Karamor Tunnels. They add 300 direct damage to Firebolt. Losing 1/4 of my fire magic ability affected me less than half the amount that these boost my damage. This is a good example of why direct damage is so much more important than ice magic, fire magic, or focus at higher levels. And the reason that this works, and you'll see here as well, level 170 ring that raises my Firebolt by 270 damage, or exactly twice as much as that Necrol ring did. And this is being hot swapped. And the reason for that is that these abilities work on a square-rooted basis in an equation that takes more things into consideration than just your fire magic ability in this case. So basically, the effect that it has is multiplied by the square root of your total fire magic, meaning that my 2,400 fire magic should affect that portion of my damage by twice as much as the 600 fire magic should. The way square roots work is that you need to quadruple the number that's being square rooted in order to double the output number, right? So the square root of 1 is 1. Quadrupling 1 gives you 4. The square root of 4 is 2, which is double 1, right? So quadrupling 4 is 16. The square root of 4 is, the square root of 16 is 4. So to get double the square root of 4, you need to quadruple 4. To get double the square root of 16, you need to quadruple 16. So if you quadruple 16, it's 64. And the square root of 64 is 8, which is twice the square root of 16, and so on. All that to say, basically, if you multiply your ability 4 times over, you double its effect on the formula. Not the whole, not the entire output, just its particular effect. So that is to say, the more you get, the less of a difference you will see. Right, so if I have 1 fire magic ability, the square root is 1, and it has this gigantic effect compared to having none. However, if I get 2 fire magic ability, suddenly the square root is 1.2 or some such thing, right? And if I get 3, it's even less, and so on. 1.2 wasn't right. I don't remember what the square root of 2 is. 1.522 something. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, for those of you who already know the square root of 2, my apologies for that whole rant. The point is, when upping your abilities, yes, it's worthwhile, but it should never be done above skill points or direct damage or many of the other things that you could be doing instead. And focus works the same way, where 400 focus will affect you twice as much as 100 focus, right? And 1,000 focus will affect you twice as much as 250 focus, and that's true with strength and dexterity as well, in the effect it has on your skills. So, anyway, I hope that was helpful to you all, and I hope no one fell asleep through that whole rant. That's it, and I will see you in the next video. So, have a nice day. My apologies if you are not a math person. Perhaps the next video will be of more interest to you.